Today marks 50 years since the Vietnam War ended with the fall of Saigon as the United States military withdrew the last of its troops. Tonight, KELOLAND's Julia Lynn spoke with two Vietnam veterans who recall when they heard that news.
Both Ron Anderson and Ron Obie enlisted in the military after high school, where they would later end up overseas in Vietnam. Obie serviced ships in the area while Anderson worked in communications, and both say they remember the day when they heard the news the war had ended.
We didn't accomplish, a victory. It was kind of, why did so many people die and why are so many missing yet?
It was one of those knee-jerk moments. And I just stopped and processed it and, tried to understand what that meant. I think like most guys and ladies, the thoughts went back to people that you knew that were no longer with us.
Obie says he did not get a warm welcome home when he returned in 1972.
I remember walking through the airport and wearing my uniform, because back then you had to travel wearing your uniform. And, people spit at you, called you a lot of names, and it was not a very welcoming thing.
58,000 American soldiers died during the nearly 20-year-long war, something Anderson says he and other veterans are still healing from.
There are people still struggling with the war, and a lot have PTSD, and it just never ends.
Since returning, both Obie and Anderson have found fellowship in the Vietnam Vets Legacy Club, a group that allows vets to talk about their experiences and remember those who didn't come home.
It's how many brothers and sisters didn't come home. And so we keep that alive in our club.
Veterans understand veterans. Civilians can't really understand how veterans feel, what they went through, if you've never experienced it.
In Sioux Falls, I'm Julia Lynn.
The latest Inside KELOLAND takes a look back at a journey that KELOLAND News took to Vietnam in 1988 with former news anchorman Steve Hemingson, assignment editor Dexter Gronseth, and former U.S. Senator Larry Pressler. You can watch that now on KELOLAND.com. And coming up tonight at 10, we're going to hear from a man who was a dog handler during the Vietnam War about the important role his four-legged friend played.